I will answer this question a little more generically, at the same time trying to help understand as to what could be the primary factors that most marketing leaders would look at. So let's look at the B2B world. The buyers are either professional buyers who are very hard to reach, or they are C-level executives who are really, really hard to reach. So that is why content becomes extremely important. So I would say few guiding principles when it comes to looking at some of the factors while choosing the right sponsorship would be, first, looking at what stage of awareness or consideration is the brand at in the category. So let's say it's an event on a particular subcategory that, or a solution area that Microsoft focuses on, then what stage of awareness or consideration is the brand at? Because this changes the approach considerably. Who is the audience that the event is reaching out to? If it is senior decision makers, then maybe a smaller format, a boardroom type of session is far more effective than going for a large group gathering, because you may not get decision makers coming for something like that. Thirdly, I would say, are you providing your prospects, your audience, with something so unique that makes it worth their while? There are so many events that are happening, as you also mentioned earlier. How do you get uniqueness in format, uniqueness in content, uniqueness in the way you're engaging the audience and holding their attention that makes it worth their while to stay through? And also, if a lot of times you see properties being pitched, here is an award that you could take, or here is a annual property that you could sign up for, I think brands always look at it from a perspective of, are we in it for the short term or are we in it for the long term? Because if you're in it for the short term, then the approach to sponsorship will be very different than long term. Just like any kind of celebrity signups that contracts that one gets into. So as I see it, sponsorship needs the right audience, first of all, and format, whether it's virtual or physical, is secondary. Given the current circumstances, virtual is obviously is what the format of choice is for all organizations right now. The advantage is that it takes away the geographical boundaries. Somebody sitting in Coimbatore doesn't have to travel to Delhi, spend 2 days to attend a 4-hour conference anymore. So, so those are the advantages. And to do this right, the one needs to rethink for virtual. You can't just take what was there in the physical event and just bring it to a virtual format and expect it to work. The content needs to be tweaked, shorter capsules, snackable content. So I think definitely brands are looking at virtual events. We certainly are. But at the same time, it needs to be done right. Right audience, right type of content format. Having said that, post-COVID, I do believe that we will see a combination of formats being deployed versus a 100% virtual or a 100% physical route. As more and more brands look at virtual events, they will realize that a lot of these virtual formats work better for certain types of their customers or audience profiles, and they need physical for certain types of audience profiles. So I think we will see a mix of the two emerging after COVID. One, I would beg to differ that there is limited information available. I think if one puts their mind to it, there is enough information about a brand out there. So there are two categories that I would look at. So one is the customized or strategic partnerships, which may be more long-term, or they could be short-term, but they're more custom and strategic. On that one, the first one, which is custom and strategic, agencies should spend time reading about the brand. Everything is out there. You can see what kind of sponsorships the brand has done in the past. You can see what type of messaging the brand is associating with. Look at the global messaging if it's an MNC. Based on that, they should approach the brand with a concept. And if you're looking to build a long-term property or a partnership, like I said, then the brand needs to be involved from the planning stage itself. You cannot bring out a proposal of hundreds of thousands of dollars and say, come play, put your logo here, because then it falls in the strategic category. Then as a brand, I want to make sure that I have put in my time in tweaking the agenda that helps meet my business needs. Otherwise, I won't be able to show the return on investment. So I mentioned that there are two categories. One is the customer strategic, which we just spoke about. And the second one I would say is what you referred to earlier, which is a pre-decided event with multiple sponsors, right? Here, I really feel the proposals need to be customized based on who you're talking to. So for instance, a well-established brand often gets logo placements as deliverable. Logo placement can be an add-on. If the brand already has high recall, then one needs to really think about, do they want recall and logo placement, or do they want to establish relationships with key stakeholders, which can be done in a smaller roundtable or closed door format? And closed door can also happen virtually now, right? So I think though agencies really need to do research before just sending out a proposal, because the proposal will not get any attention whatsoever. There's many of them that land up in the mailbox, right? And the other, some other small tips will be that don't approach without an indicative date. Even if it's a week or second half of a particular month, like maybe I could say that we are planning something mid-November or after. So always have an indicative date, because budgets for most companies are as per quarter, right? So then at least the person who's evaluating the proposal can look at it and say, okay, mid-November, first, do I have the funds? Rather, first, if it interests and meets the business goals or not. But ultimately, do I have the funds or not? Because it could be a really kick-ass proposal, but at the same time, if I don't have the funds, there's nothing we can do, right? And the last thing I would also say that we see a lot of agencies approaching last minute. We have an event coming up in 3 weeks. Would you like to sponsor? I mean, that just doesn't make sense. A lot of organized marketing units would have their calendars blocked out months in advance. It's only if the opportunity is really, really compelling is when you will bring something which is last minute and create randomness and havoc in your life, right? So I would just say that for an agency, there is no shortcut to researching on the company and the kind of events that they have sponsored. What are they doing globally? What have they done in the last 6 months? What is the kind of messaging they're putting out there? If someone is talking about sustainability, then can you bring in sustainability in the way you organize your events so that the brand gets more attuned to what you are selling? So I hope that answered that question. Most organizations look at standard metrics of pipe generation, pipe acceleration, new decision makers reached, who attended, how long did they attend, and how long did they attend the event, were you able to hold their attention or not. At Microsoft, we have marketing engagement index as the way to measure impact of marketing on the business. So it's a single technology platform which does data-driven lead scoring. It is AI-enabled, and lead flow takes place to sales channel. This is followed by post-sales nurture. And this whole process is what we call the marketing engagement index. We track it at an organization level, which means the customer that I'm targeting, the organization, is it highly engaged or not? And then also at an individual within the organization to understand if they're engaged and at what level are they engaged. Are they highly engaged or not engaged at all or low engaged? So this is the new way of moving forward, of bringing brand and performance together, which is the whole approach to marketing, measuring the marketing engagement index. So that's the old world where you would click on an EDM or attend an event and you will qualify as a lead. Here, in a smart manner, if you have engaged repeatedly with marketing content, then through machine learning, data-driven lead scoring happens and you move to a highly engaged model or not.